Well, the Premier League's back after its week off. Well, not fully back because 3 of the 10 fixtures were cancelled this weekend due to circumstances that are out of our control. But one positive that does come from this is that Chelsea didn't have the chance to ruin my weekend again, which is always great. Still managed to ruin my midweek though. Couldn't fucking avoid that. Welcome back to The Verdict. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly and you're very welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Verdict. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. The last verdict before an international break, so lucky me, I get to go off and watch Ireland for the next 2 weeks. And it's also another 2 weeks off from watching Chelsea, which is A-OK in my book. Before we get into today's video, if you could leave a like if you're going to enjoy, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're aiming for 1k by the end of 2022. It's a tall order, and I'm not expecting sparkling, but I think we might be able to get there. With your help, obviously. Our graphic up in front of us, as usual, ladies and gentlemen. The green, yellow, and red box. Starting off with our green box then. And is it time to talk about Arsenal as a potential title contender? I know a lot of us have seen the fact, Arsenal have made a fantastic start to the season. And have gone, yeah, well done, fair play, but just won't be there by the end of the season. But they're playing really fucking well, as much as it pains me to say it. Another win keeps them top of the table, a 3-0 win over Brentford. Fully comprehensive Arsenal victory. William Saliba, Gabriel Jesus with a fantastic header and a wonderful strike by Fabio Vieira, his first goal for the club, seen off Brentford. A 3-0 massive win for the Gunners, who not only are winning games, but are playing fabulous football on top of that as well, which is a massive plus for fans. And there has been so much talk, I suppose, over the last couple of months and years, I suppose, to a degree, is the Premier League becoming a one-club league, in the sense that Man City, they're just destined to win it year in, year out. And to be fair, I've probably fallen on that side of the argument myself. And the big question remains now, are Arsenal the team to challenge them this year? Because the last couple of years, it's been Liverpool, or it's just a one-club league. And that's the facts of it. Liverpool have been the club to keep this league interesting over the last couple of years. And are Arsenal likely to do that this year? I personally don't think so, but they just keep fucking winning. And I've said it before, he's got mentioned a couple of times on The Verdict this season, but Gabriel Jesus, honestly, Haaland aside, the signing of the summer, 100%. A fantastic header he got. There was also time in the 92nd minute for a young man to come on for Arsenal who was born in 2007, becoming the youngest ever Premier League player. 2007. I was born in 2000. Do you know how that makes me feel? Fucking old and shit. Ethan Nwaneri. So, congratulations to him. Brentford have not been easy to beat since they've come into the Premier League, but Arsenal made absolutely light work of them, which, like I say, is a very rare thing to say about this Brentford team. There's talks that Thomas Frank might replace Brendan Rodgers, but we'll get into Leicester in a little bit. And if he does, that could be a massive loss for Brentford, but a damaging defeat for them, a massive one for Arsenal, a wonderful performance. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are they now a title contender? Everyone's going to say yes. Yellow box, probably the most mental moment from this weekend's Premier League fixtures goes to Nathan Collins. A bizarre red card in Manchester City's 3-0 win over Wolves at Molineux. I don't think anyone would have given Wolves much of a chance in this game at all. Jack Grealish scores after 3 or 4 minutes. Erling Haaland scores again because of course he does. And they wrap up a 3-0 win in the second half thanks to a goal from Phil Foden. But just before half-time, there was this challenge from Nathan Collins on Jack Grealish, which just made me so incredibly proud as an Irishman. Oh, but Aaron, you're endorsing violence and horrible play within the game, nasty play within the game. What are you doing? Listen, I'm not endorsing what Nathan Collins did, but I'm not one of these people that hold grudges. I'm not holding massive grudges against the likes of Jack Grealish and Declan Rice for making the decisions they have done. Obviously, at the time, you're fucking pissed because you're losing 2 very, very good players, and I've no doubt that if they were still, if their allegiance was still pledged to Ireland, it would be 2 massive players that would improve us hugely. I'm not denying that, and they're 2 fantastic players, Declan Rice and Jack Grealish, but I'm not going to lie to you, it was quite satisfying to see Nathan Collins fly through the air and crunch Jack Grealish like that. Now look, a daft tackle, and I'm sure Bruno Lage had a few words to say about Nathan Collins after the full-time whistle, but there's no part of me that looks at that challenge and says Nathan Collins has gone for the ball there. It's an honest attempt at trying to win the ball in a 50-50 against Jack Grealish, and I fucking pray of it. He has gone in, he's seen, oh, this ball is going up between me and Jackie Grealish here. I'm going to leave one in on him. And he left probably more than one in on him, if we're being honest with ourselves. An absolute shocker of a challenge. Shocker of a challenge. Cannot avoid the yellow box. Could have easily been the stinker, depending on what way you're looking at. It's just the fact that he's straight up just kung fu kicked Jack Grealish just because. And I kind of rate the level of shithousery from Nathan Collins there. But he really did let Wolves down. It was already going to be hard enough being 2-0 down, and then that happens. It's bins. But anyway, big win for Manchester City. They keep pace with Arsenal. Erling Haaland scores again, adding to his ridiculous goal he got against Dortmund during the week in the Champions League. But Nathan Collins, take a bow, son. I mean, there's a great picture. I'll try and find it. It's one of those you put it up in a museum if you can, if they allow that. Stinker of the week then, Leicester City. I was very close to actually giving the green box to Son Heung-min. Obviously, he hasn't started off the season very well at all. Scores a hat-trick in this game as Tottenham Hotspur beat Leicester by 6 goals to 2, and it's more misery for Leicester at the beginning of this Premier League season. Still sitting rock bottom of the Premier League, only 1 point from their opening 7, still winless as well. 1 draw and 6 defeats with a minus 12 goal difference. They are by far and away the worst team in the league at the minute, and I would have expected to hear about Brendan Rodgers sacking today, and still nothing, which is bizarre that he has managed to outlast Thomas Tuchel. Man, I'm still sad about that in this Premier League season. And look, I know a lot of Leicester fans, if any are watching this, will probably say it's all Brendan Rodgers' fault. To a degree, though, I kind of feel a little bit sorry for him, because he's lost players. He's lost the likes of Schmeichel and Fofana, and not really been given much of a chance to replace them. I don't think he's been backed as much as he probably would have hoped for at the beginning of the season, and to bring in those reinforcements. Leicester, I felt like were a little bit light anyway, even if you consider Schmeichel and Fofana still being part of the squad. And I don't know, from a squad that, I mean, obviously won the league in incredible circumstances in 2016-17, it's a long time since then. 2015-16 rather. It's a long time since then. You know, a lot of players have moved on. It's very much a different squad. Like, there's very few left. Jamie Vardy is one of the few left, and he's very much aging, and they've relied on him quite a lot over the last couple of years. But I do genuinely believe that for Leicester City, they face a real battle on their hands now to stay in the Premier League. And for Brendan Rodgers, if he is still there in January, which I highly doubt he will be, he's going to have to be backed, or whoever is in charge. As I said earlier on in the video, there was talks of a Thomas Frank appointment, which I think would be a really good appointment from Leicester. From a Thomas Frank standpoint, maybe a little bit of a step backwards, or a step sideways even to a degree. Even if you don't want to go back as far as the title win inside of 2016 for Leicester City, I mean, only in the last year and a half, 2 years, they've been competing for top 4. And that isn't even that long ago. You think of the 2020 lockdown, obviously they lost out on top 4 in the last day. I think they lost out on top 4 in the last day in 2 seasons in a row, and they've just dropped off massively. They really have, and it's not as if they still don't have the players, like the likes of Tielemans, Maddison, Barnes has been injured quite a lot. There's still quality there, and we know when those players get injured, which the likes of Maddison and Harvey Barnes do quite a lot, Jamie Vardy now that he's getting on a bit as well, they need strength in depth, and they don't have it. They went into this season madly unprepared, in my opinion, and I think it is only a matter of time, if he's not already sacked by the time this video goes out, that Brendan Rodgers loses his job. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright lads, that is where we're going to wrap things up. Nice short and sweet this week. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Let me know your thoughts on the boxes in the comment section down below, and we will see you next time. Take care and good luck.